What's up and welcome into Cronkite Sports Live. It's a new era for ASU football and a brand new era for CSL. He's Chancellor Johnson. I'm Eliav, Gabay, and Chance, we got a fresh season, fresh show, and man, you got a pretty fresh suit on for a rookie.
Oh man, that's right. I am the rookie, but if I get off to as great of a start as ASU football, I'll be just fine. They're 2-0 to start the season, boast a top-ranked rushing defense, and for the first time since 2015, the Sun Devils are ranked after upsetting Michigan State. Our Alex Gall was there with more.
On the heels of a 49-7 beatdown of the UTSA Roadrunners, ASU football was looking to go 2-0 against their toughest non-conference opponent of the season, the Spartans of Michigan State. Michigan State quarterback and Pinnacle High School alumnus Brian Lewerke made his homecoming to the Valley and had some impressive moments in the first half, including this strike from his own end zone. But ASU's defense stood tall otherwise, allowing just 3 first-half points. With just under 6 minutes left in the first half, ASU's Dasmond Tuttle-Atasi intercepted a Lewerke pass off of 2 different tips that took away a scoring opportunity from Michigan State. ASU trailed by a score of 3-0 at the half.
I knew this wasn't going to be a high-scoring affair. I just felt like first to 10 might win. And that being said, I thought our guys did a nice job. When things didn't go well, we didn't panic. We just kept fighting and just kept playing football. And I told them at halftime, I said, if I'd have told you this was the score at halftime, would you have taken it?
ASU's offense was quiet in the first half, and it stayed that way to open the third quarter. Redshirt senior quarterback Manny Wilkins missed on some deep balls throughout the game, but did put together a 12-play drive that got the Devils on the board with a 49-yard field goal from Brandon Reese. Michigan State responded though late in the third quarter as Cody White hauled in a 31-yard touchdown strike from Brian Lewerke, giving Michigan State a 13-3 advantage after 3 quarters. But then ASU's offense came alive. The Sun Devils drove to the Michigan State 6-yard line to begin the fourth quarter, setting up a chip shot field goal to get the Devils within a touchdown. Later on in the quarter, N'Keal Harry had another signature moment, bringing down a 27-yard bullet and falling into the end zone to tie the game at 13.
He trusted me to come down with the ball, and he put the ball in the perfect spot. He put it in a spot where the defender really didn't have much chance of getting to it. So at the end of the day, that's all the extra work we've done after practice throughout the past couple years, and it showed.
The Sun Devil defense held strong, sacking Lewerke twice in a row and forcing a punt with 5 minutes to go. Wilkins took the ball in stride, marching his team down the field amidst a 13-play drive. Eno Benjamin rushed for a first down inside the MSU 10-yard line with 2 minutes to go, and Michigan State was forced to take their third and final timeout. ASU knelt it down 3 times before calling timeout with 1 second to go, setting up a potential game-winning field goal opportunity for kicker Brandon Ruiz. Pandemonium ensued in Tempe as Herm Edwards earned his first signature victory of his ASU career, topping MSU by a final score of 16-13.
We came in at halftime, we made the adjustments that we needed to make, and we won the game. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. We're 2-0 now.
ASU travels to face San Diego State next Saturday with a chance to go 3-0 on the season. Reporting in Tempe, Alex Gall, Cronkite Sports.
It was an unexpected upset led by Arizona State's defense, which has allowed a combined 20 points in the first 2 games of the season. And to chat more about Sun Devil football, we welcome in WCSN reporter Harley Yearout. Harley, thanks for being here. I mentioned the defense. There was a lot of speculation this season about the youth of ASU's defense, but obviously they've been dominant. What do you attribute that to?
I'm going to tack it up to coaching. I mean, you look at this ASU defense, and they have done a complete 180 from what ASU fans saw last year. Defensive coordinator Danny Gonzalez, in his first year with Arizona State, came in and is making these young players playmakers. We talked about youth coming into this season, a lot of freshmen. I believe there were 7 guys that hadn't really gotten good looks at college football. One of those is Merlin Robertson, had 8 tackles in Michigan State's upset win, or in Arizona State's upset win over Michigan State, 11 sacks, leading the nation right now, leading the nation in run defense, 33 yards per game. And talk about Jalen Harvey, another first-year guy, 10 tackles, led the team another first-year defensive guy, Eliav.
Well, let's flip things over to the offensive side of the ball. Manny Wilkins and N'Keal Harry have picked up right where they left off. How does that quarterback, wide receiver duo match up for you among the Pac-12?
It's got to be at the very tippy top here. You talk about some other guys in Stanford. You got KJ Costello and JJ Arcega-Whiteside. They're a good duo, but when you look at Arizona State, you got Manny Wilkins, senior, leadership, tried and true, and what more needs to be said about N'Keal Harry?
Yeah.
One of the top receivers in the nation, if not the top receiver in the nation. 3 of Manny Wilkins' 5 touchdown passes already gone to N'Keal Harry. You see 3 touchdown connections there. 19 yards a catch for Harry. Boasting some big numbers right now, and they're really carrying this Arizona State offense thus far.
Now heading into San Diego State, Sun Devil defensive coordinator Danny Gonzalez spent 7 years with the Aztecs. How have you seen that been to be advantageous in practice and going into this matchup?
Well, going into this matchup, not only are the Sun Devils not going to have to worry about Rashad Penny running wild all over their
Right.
defense this season, they've been practicing against the San Diego State defense all summer long because guess what? Danny Gonzalez brought that over with him. So this Sun Devil offense has gotten a lot of looks at what this offense is, or this defense is going to look like. The flip side to that is San Diego State is also prepared for Arizona State's defense because, again, it's the same as what San Diego State has.
Well, we'll see what goes down tomorrow as the Devils travel to San Diego State for the game at 7:30 p.m. For Harley Yearout and all of his content, check out CronkiteSports.com. Thanks so much, Harley.
Manny Wilkins has been through a lot over his college career. When he arrived in Tempe his freshman year, he sat behind 2 quarterbacks. In his redshirt sophomore and junior year, he was involved in QB battles. He won the starting role in both years, but was sidelined due to injury. Flash forward to his senior year, he's healthy, he's the clear starter, and he's ready to lead ASU to a Pac-12 championship. Before the season, I sat down with the ASU quarterback to discuss all of this and more. Battle. How does that change your approach to this year?
You know, I do think that my mindset was more mature this year in terms of just how I went about everything that I did. You know, I wasn't out doing nothing reckless. I was in the house watching film. You know, I was doing all the things, and in my mind, I told myself when I woke up every morning that I got to do something somebody else isn't doing.
What were some of those things that you did?
You know, whether it's on an off day and you don't got to wake up until 12 o'clock, you know, still get up at 7, go, you know, go run, go lift, do something extra, you know, be extra, call my guys up, yo, let's go throw fades, let's just go catch the ball, you know, just when you continuously have your mind on this game, man, and you continuously want to learn and be a student, that's when things start to come to you easier.
Between those injuries, the QB battles, and the coaching changes, how has that molded the player that we see today?
That's obviously helped me grow a lot. There's a lot of cases where I easily could have hung them up, transferred, made the choice to, you know, accept my position, accept, you know, a battle and just be like whatever about it. But I just let it motivate me, honestly. You know, I just got a dog mindset, and, you know, in this world it's dog eat dog, so I ate the other dog.
If I told you Arizona State, Pac-12 champions, what would it take for you to make that statement come true?
Complacency cannot be in this building. Players can't get complacent with success. Coaches can't get complacent with success.
And if all that goes well, how do you like your chances of possibly playing at the next level?
All the people that I've talked to and the people that have, you know, what do you want to do after? Do you want to go to the league? Do you want to play in Canada? Blah, 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 all these questions. As long as I go out there and handle business on the field, put up numbers, win football games, the rest control itself.
While success is nothing new to him, this is something ASU Golf's Alex Del Rey will never forget. The All-Pac-12 first-team selection got to the final round of the 215-player 2018 World Amateur Team Championships in Ireland. He went to work and finished 23 under par to win the tourney by a single stroke in a clutch performance. The last Devil to win the World Amateur, John Rahm, in 2014.
Summer was a busy time for ASU student athletes as they represented the Sun Devils all around the country and the world. Jack Latteray has more on how ASU players spent summer break.
Thanks, Chance. While the year is just getting started here for us at Cronkite Sports Live, some student athletes have been busy all summer long. On the softball team, ASU ace G. Juarez took home a gold medal as a member of Team Puerto Rico in the Central American and Caribbean Games. While she was dominating on the softball diamond, shortstop Jay Gortarez was tearing it up on the baseball diamond. Gortarez played for the USA Baseball's women's national team over the summer. Moving from the diamond to the pitch, a pair of ASU women's soccer players were selected to compete in the U20 World Cup in France. Eva van Dierschen was selected to the Netherlands U20 national team, and Alexa Delgado was named the captain of the Mexican team. On the golf course, Sun Devil men's golf member Chun-Ang Yu joined a long list of alumni in the 2018 U.S. Open after he qualified for the spot by winning the Lake Mercer sectional qualifier. During the Open, he ultimately did not make the cut. And to round everything out, we head back to the baseball diamond, this time for ASU baseball team and the many members of the team that participated in this season in the Cape Cod League. Among them, Carter Aldretti and Spencer Torkelson faced off against each other in the finals of the Cape Cod League Home Run Derby, where Aldretti took home the crown, defeating the freshman slugger. That's all I have for you. Back to you at the desk.
Non-conference play is always a great time to find out what your team is made of while competing against teams you typically wouldn't meet. ASU Women's Soccer has done just that, and for more on the ladies soccer team, we bring in Lise Babica. Lise, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Yep. Now, head coach Grant Winkworth has made a lot of changes going into this season, including the largest recruiting class in Sun Devil history with 19 recruits. But who stuck out to you so far?
Well, first and foremost is Nicole Douglas. She's coming over for England. She's played with her national team this whole past summer and in the spring season. And honestly, she's looking great. She already has 4 goals in the past 4 games, and that's ranked 5th nationwide for 1 goal per 1 game, obviously. And I think that's great for her. Makes the team look awesome. And then they have Corey Sullivan, who's coming down from Prescott. She already has 2 goals and 1 assist. She's out on the flank side, and she serves a lot of balls into the box. And then finally, they have Casey Martinez, who's coming over from Duke. She's a transfer, and she provides a lot of competition to the team. She's a competitor, and so it helps those players when they are struggling on the field to bring up the game a little more.
Hey, right, Douglas, she's a goal-scoring machine. Now, we know that Coach Winkworth doesn't have a set lineup yet heading into Pac-12 play, so what can fans expect?
Well, fans could expect, honestly, still more uncertainty. He does have 28 players to work with, and those 19 freshmen obviously as well. And so it's a matter of who's working the best in those positions. And quite honestly, that's what he wants. He wants to have competition in those positions because you'll get the team to grow, and those players will grow and want to compete and be in those positions on the field for starting 11.
Now, Sun Devils are finishing up their non-conference play, so what do the next few games entail?
ASU does play tonight against NAU. That's first they've played them in the past couple years, and then they play again against Weber State. Last year they won 4-0, and with the offense this season, they should be looking a little more better against Weber State. And then they head into Pac-12 play against Cal. It should be pretty tricky though because they did struggle last year with UCLA, USC, Stanford as well, who are always in the top 5 in the nation. So it'll be interesting.
Lise, one of the best in the business.
The past 2 years have been anything but easy for Sun Devil volleyball. They've been in the basement of the Pac-12 and have had to deal with several changes. This season, they returned 10 players and are looking to change the narrative, starting with their 4-set win over NAU earlier today. Our Troy Tauscher went to practice yesterday to gauge the mentality of Sonia Tomasevich's crew.
I think it's really good. The teams we are playing, all 3 teams are really good, and I think that's that final step that's going to prepare us for that Pac-12 that is coming up next week.
Preparing for the Pac-12 is one of the most important things on the mind of the Arizona State Sun Devils as they gear up for the Sparky Classic, their final non-conference tournament of the season. Arizona State will host NAU, Gonzaga, and Texas State over the weekend, hoping to pad their 7-2 record before conference play begins. But while going through a conference that has 7 teams ranked in the top 25 does require preparation, the Sun Devils' focus remains inward, just where they think it should be.
We are trying not to worry too much about who we are playing against. We need to make sure that we do our job. So what we are telling the girls is you need to be at the right spot, at the right space, at the right time, doing the right things. So at the end of the day, I think it's all about us. What are we doing, and if we are doing those things effectively.
As the Sun Devils prepare to host their final non-conference tournament before getting a shot at the Pac-12, the team's coaching staff is still looking for the same things it always has been. Wins when possible, but above all, progress.
I think we are learning faster, we're learning better. So even though after we make a mistake, I think we are learning from it. So I think the mindset is different in a way that we feel we never actually lose. Either we win or we learn.
For the Sun Devils, the key is to leave last season's struggles in last season and focus on the present.
just focusing on like certain moment, on the present, and just I don't know, being mindful every day. So I don't need to be worried after. Am I gonna be mindful later or no?
Reporting from Wells Fargo Arena, Troy Tauscher, Cronkite Sports.
It's time for one of my favorite segments of the show as we find out what's been going on in Sun Devil social media, brought to you by our Tyler Mannion. Tyler, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys. And we'll just get right into it here. We got some good tweets this week, I think. So we're going to start with one from an ASU basketball player tweeting about ASU football. Don't know if you guys heard. They won a pretty big game this past weekend.
Right.
We didn't really cover it too much, but here it is. Zylan Cheatham saying, "We want Bama now," with some emojis you see there. But outside linebacker for Arizona State, Malik Lawal, quote tweets it and say, "Hey, bro, chill out," with some laughy emojis. So, guys, do you think ASU is ready for Bama?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not yet. Obviously, big game they came off of Michigan State, but baby steps first, right?
Don't get me wrong, I'm on the train, but let's slow these train tracks down a little bit. I don't know about that quite yet.
Agreed. You give Saban a quarterback like Tua, along with the defense they always got.
Yep.
I don't want any parts of that personally. I don't know if ASU should. So we're going to move on to our next tweet here, and it actually comes from the ASU football coach, staying on that theme of ASU football, Herman Edwards, as you guys know. Pretty entertaining guy. So he has some sayings, you know, we play to win the game, all this stuff. But this video shows from ESPN, actually, another one, new quote. And he says, "Leave it all on the grass."
Leave it on the grass, man. Leave it on the grass. Leave it on the grass.
That video never gets old.
Yeah. So you see it there, leave it on the grass. But the quote's the best part. The check down says, "When people be messing with your garden gnome." So guys, do you ever mess with a garden gnome? I feel like that's not a normal thing to do.
No, I haven't messed with garden gnomes, but if anyone like Herm is yelling at me to not mess with a garden gnome, there's no chance I'm messing with any gnomes.
I think leave it on the grass might be my top 3 Hermanism so far.
Top 3, but below you play to win the game, or?
Below it, yeah, because you play to win the game it's got to be number
straight
one,
facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's royalty right there.
Yep.
So we're going to our last tweet here. This also comes from Zylan Cheatham, and he tweeted, "Best hot wing flavor at Wingstop." But now, for the kids watching out there, this is a lesson to be learned. Eliav, you quote tweeted this, and I saw it. You're not sneaky about it. I saw it, and you said atomic.
Oh,
now,
wow.
for those that don't know, that is the hottest flavor that Wingstop has. So I actually got some Wingstop wings.
My God.
Went there, picked them up. So, Eliav, we have your atomic. So be ready for that.
Man,
Chance,
my
didn't
mouth's
forget
about
about
to
you.
This is that Louisiana rub?
Louisiana rub, your
man,
favorite.
My mouth's about to be on fire.
All right, right now.
All right, let's do it.
You finna be sweating? This is so good. Oh my God. You need a napkin?
You need some milk or what's going on?
I'll tell you what, Tyler. If you come and bring wings, every time you come on the show, you can come on every time.
Just might have to. Just might have to.
These wings are pretty hot. We're going to switch it off to something cold. Sun Devil hockey recruits have been made and have been invited. Our man Michael Gutnick broke it down for us while I finished chewing.
With a new season of Arizona State hockey around the corner, it's time to take a look at the recruitment class the Sun Devils have built over the last fall and spring signing periods, with 7 new additions to the Maroon and Gold squad. Here are some names to watch in the Devils' latest recruiting class. Dimitrios Koumantzis represents the cream of the crop for the rookie forward signing class. Drafted 108th overall by the Calgary Flames in the 2018 NHL Draft, Koumantzis racked up the highest point total in the history of the Minnesota High School Elite League last year, with 16 goals and 33 assists in 21 games. A Phoenix native, Koumantzis played for the Phoenix Junior Coyotes U16 team for 2 seasons before moving to Edina, Minnesota. PJ Morocco enters the program with over a year's worth of hockey in the AJHL and the BCHL. Donning the A with the Bonneville Pontiacs, Morocco averaged over a point per game, pacing the team with 22 goals and 41 points. As a Chilliwack Chief, the Alberta native put up 23 points in 28 games and helped lead the Chiefs to the 2018 Royal Bank Cup Championship. Let's move on to the new faces on the Sun Devil blue line. Standing at 6'2", Gerard Gorley joins the Arizona State defense with a couple of championships under his belt. Gurley had a breakout year with the Spruce Grove Saints of the AJHL, posting 27 points in 43 games. He helped Spruce Grove capture the Inter-Pipeline Cup twice and is the fourth Saint to join the Sun Devils program following the footsteps of Tyler Bush, Dylan Holman, and Riley Simpson. In addition, he earned 2 gold medals for Team Canada at the World Junior Championships. Like Kumansis, Connor Stewart returns home to play collegiate hockey for the Sun Devils program. Stewart played for the Phoenix Junior Coyotes U16 and U18 teams before participating on 3 North American Hockey League teams. Last season, Stewart tallied 7 goals and 14 assists for the Lone Star Brahmas, which tied for the most goals among Lone Star defensemen. But the strength of the Sun Devils program is goaltending, and Evan DeBrouwer rounds out the position nicely. DeBrouwer helped lead the Prince George Spruce Kings to the BCHL Championship Finals with a 1.96 goals against average and a .925 save percentage in the playoffs. The Ontario native ranked among the top 5 in all goalie categories during the regular season. DeBrouwer looks to improve his game and goal alongside Mike DePhillips as the 2 backup goaltenders follow under the guidance of Sun Devils leading netminder Joey Decord throughout the upcoming season. In addition to the 7 newcomers, redshirt freshmen Austin Lemieux and Gage Mackey eagerly await to take the ice donning maroon and gold for the first time. With so many new faces coming in, there's a lot to look forward to for the upcoming season of Sun Devil hockey.
Awesome job on my man Michael dealing with some of those tough names out there. One thing I know that won't be tough, beating you in the way it is. Chance, let's get it going.
I doubt it.
I'm excited about it. Let's tell some of the rules though.
Okay.
Rules go. 3 questions come at us. We argue or debate those questions or the answers. Our producer, Troy Tauscher, will pick a winner, and the winner gets to rent. You ready?
Should be a piece of cake.
All right, let's do it. So, if ASU football beats San Diego State, will they crack the top 20?
I don't know if they crack the top 20. They're playing an Aztec team without their starting quarterback. That might not be enough to move the needle, but if some teams fall, they could make that jump.
All right.
Now, for assistant coach Macy Gardner, she says she thinks that ASU volleyball team can finish 500 in Pac-12 play. You buying or selling?
Oh man, I am selling that stock. My business will come crashing down if I buy that stock. I'm sorry. They were 0-20 in Pac-12 play last year, and I'm not buying it this time. They'll be better, don't get me wrong. They have the returners, but no, not 500. All right, for this last one, Chance, just a week ago, in a more serious note, Mac Miller passed away. So a tribute to him, we're going to do, if you had to pick one ASU athlete to rap battle for you, who would it be to win that rap battle?
First off, RIP to Mac Miller, but I'm going to go with Frank Darby. The guy can run routes, he's a great route runner, he can dance, and I'm sure he can spit a few bars too.
I'm going to go with Manny Wilkins, because we've seen his Insta story. He's always listening to music, and I already know he's got those vocal cords. So let's see who gets the dub here.
Be me.
Come on.
Right?
Come on. Are we going to get first? Are we really going to give him rookie luck here? Come on. Let's see. Let's see.
There we
my
go.
Gosh. All right. You know what? Vet never gets any love. I get it.
Yep. There's a certain buzz about ASU football this year. An undefeated team, a meme-worthy head coach, a potential first-round wide receiver, and a stout defense will do that for you. They played to win the game versus UTSA, and they left it all on the grass to upset Michigan State at home. They've been impressive, no doubt, but it doesn't get any easier from here. Saturday, they'll try to avenge last year's loss against San Diego State on the road. Then the following week, arguably their toughest test yet all year at Washington. And that's just the beginning of a brutal Pac-12 schedule. So far, so good in the Herm Edwards era, but we'll see what this team is truly made of over these next few weeks. And that's the way it is.
A fantastic first monologue for Chance, and let's get into an all-Michigan State ASU top plays. At number 3, we got a big-time interception by tipped up, and caught by Das Tedela Tausi in the end zone.